Hello, in this video we will discuss about the neuroendocrine system in digestive system. So the digestive system is controlled by the nervous system we will discuss and also endocrine hormone. So let's begin to understand just here is a food, the different type of food, milk, vegetable, milk, vegetable, protein and carbohydrate, which that is known as the protein. When we will choose the food with our own choice, so here is the hedonic input will be occur. Hedonic mean our choice, and this due to the higher brain cortex, due to the vision and the taste will produce the saliva, and saliva can be amylase and the bicarbonate etc, which that is produced from the salivary gland, and which stimulate the hypothalamus to begin the parasympathetic nervous system stimulation, so that digestion, rest and digest will be occur, while the parasympathetic nervous system, the fight and flight response will be inhibit. So remember about these things. While in this way the hypothalamus when will feel the food and intake the food, so here is important vagal nerves, cranial nerves 10. This cranial nerves 10 is very important, we will discuss. So here is the stomach I am drawing, and here is the food, and this is the liver, and basically the stomach wall contain a enteroendocrine cell. So here is the vagal nerve which that target the digestive system. So this vagal nerve is very important, which that is basically control the appetite. When we will feel the empty stomach, so the appetite will begin and we want to eat, while during the filling of the stomach, so appetite will be suppressed. So that things we will discuss here. So here is the limbic system is very important for the regulation of eating time or meal, regulation of food. So the meal time will be managed by this limbic system, meal size will be managed, and the energy expenditure will be managed, and reproduction competence will be managed. So in this way, here is the stimulation by the vagal afferent nerves. This vagal afferent nerve is come from the liver to and stomach and digestive tract toward the brain for the give the signal for appetite suppression etc etc. So here is the basically after the stretching, when bolus move into the stomach, so the stretching of wall of the stomach will enteroendocrine cell produce the different hormones, so the PYY3 and GIP and GLP1. It is also known as incretin, and ghrelin is also produced from the stomach. So incretin is used for the control of appetite as well as control for the control for the endocrine hormone for the digestion and assimilation. So on the other hand, here is the vagal nerves come from the gallbladder, and vagal nerves come from the toward the gallbladder, and here is the vagal nerve is target to the liver for the anabolism during the food intake. So the glycogenesis will be occur, and the protein synthesis also. While here is the nutrient receptor in the liver and the gallbladder, and the stomach stretch receptor is receive the signal from the vagal nerves. And here is the vagal nerve stimulated by the limbic system. The hypothalamus will stimulate due to the appetite regulation. So here is the chyme will be produced after the complete digestion in the stomach, will move into the duodenum. So this is the chyme. This chyme is also stretch the wall of the duodenum, and the pancreas also produce the different type of enzyme as exocrinally. So here is the enteroendocrine cells. This enteroendocrine cell of wall of the duodenum or small intestine will produce the GLP and the CCK. This CCK is the basically is the endocrine hormone will move into the blood circulatory system and stimulate the chemosensor are present in the gallbladder will stimulate, and contraction of gallbladder to produce or expel the bile pigment and bile acid, which that is used for the emulsification of fat, and the amylase, lipase and trypsinogen will be produced from the pancreas for the complete digestion of the food. So here is the stomach which that is produce the ghrelin. This ghrelin is also target the liver and the gallbladder, and on the other hand the other things. The ghrelin is used for the suppression of appetite, so the no more appetite during the digestion time. While in the case of the absorption will be occur of the glucose, simple glucose after the digestion and the simple free fatty acid. And on the other hand the chylomicron we will discuss in the later another video. So here the cholesterol and vitamin and amino acid will be filled in the circulatory system. So the hypercholesteremia, hyperproteinemia will be occur, and the hyperglycemia, which that stimulate the insulin from the pancreatic beta cell to produce insulin and inhibit the glucagon. And this parasympathetic nervous system will be stimulated for the digestion and rest and the anabolism. While here you can see this is the two cell I am drawing, and here is the insulin will be bound with the insulin receptor to move the glucose inside for the glycogenesis and inhibit the glycogenolysis due to the glucagon inhibition. Anyhow, I hope you make sense about these things. While here is the smoking will contain nicotine, will stimulate the vagal afferent nerves and use for the basically used for the muscle contraction, smooth muscle contraction of the digestive tract for the stimulate the more digestion of the food. So that is the addictive drug which that use the nicotine and caffeine on the other hand. So let's begin to understand the what is the GIP, GLP-1, ghrelin, leptin, and PP and amylin. So here the GIP is the gastric inhibitory polypeptide. It is the glucose dependent insulinotropic polypeptide, is an inhibition hormone of the secretin, and a family of hormones stimulate insulin. While the GLP-1 is a glucagon like peptide 1, is a physiological incretin, and basically it is physiological incretin, so hormone from the lower gastrointestinal tract will produce an insulin secretion and glucagon stop. So that's incretin, for example GIP and GLP-1 and PYY3, which that is basically control the production of insulin while the inhibition of the glucagon in the case of digestion. So the assimilation will be occur, so the glucose will move into the cell. So important thing is that while the GLP-1 is basically the glucagon stop and the secretion of insulin is important, while here is the ghrelin and leptin is important. This is the appetite suppressor by limbic system, and the PP is the pancreatic polypeptides. This pancreatic polypeptide is basically also produced from the pancreas, while the amylin is the amino acid peptide hormone which that's co-secreted with insulin by pancreatic beta cell. So the amylin is also produced. So what is the function of all hormone we will discuss here. So here is the pancreas I am drawing and produce insulin, and insulin will move into the blood circulatory system, and amylin is same mechanism, while the PP is the also the same mechanism for the production from the pancreas is the endocrine hormone. So here for example insulin will produce from the beta cell of the pancreas, and the PP is also produced from the pancreas beta cell of the pancreas. And here is the stomach, and the stomach wall will produce the ghrelin due to the stretching, and after the entry of the into the adipose tissue the glucose also it will stimulate to produce the vistatin, adiponectin, and cysteine and leptin. So here I am just understanding to you for a leptin and ghrelin. So the collectively the ghrelin, leptin, and PP and amylin and insulin, this all hormone is used for the give the feedback to the hypothalamus into the limbic system for the meal size, the meal time, and in this way the hypothalamus will stimulate to increase the parasympathetic nervous system, and the appetite suppress and no food more intake, so the hedonic input will be inhibited. So this is the basically is the neuroendocrine system in digestive system which control and regulate on the basis of the requirement of the energy in the form of food, and after the intake of the food that will be appetite suppressed. So thanks for watching.